hello everyone. It is Thursday and welcome to Proline Daily, live from Las Vegas. I'm John Cranton, joined by world champion handicapper Jim Fice. Going to talk about some NBA action for Thursday night as well as some baseball. First, Jim, you have a big play going tonight, another one in the NBA. You had one last night, your NBA TV showdown. That was the San Antonio Spurs, despite the injury to Parker. That was a no-sweat cover, part of a 102-65 NBA run. You have more on tap for Thursday.
Absolutely. I also have some baseball, three-pack going tonight. Three-pack of baseball plays going tonight along with that NBA TV showdown. After the Spurs rolled to 121-96 last night to even that series, and I guess they were too old, but they weren't too old for that game. That's what good coaching and good teamwork does for you.
All right, we got a couple of NBA games tonight. Let's take a look at the first game here in the Eastern Conference. Boston at Washington. The Celtics must be feeling good about themselves being up 2-0, although they were fortunate to be so with that remarkable Game 2 comeback. We're taking it in overtime, but they have been unstoppable on offense, and yet here they are on the role of underdog heading out on the road. I see 5 to some plays on Washington at 5.5 with a very high total of 219.5. We saw the Boston offense in these first two games really looked unstoppable. Washington didn't seem to have much defensive adjustments to them, but they did have plenty of scoring. And John Wall in the last game really couldn't do any more. 40 points, 13 assists for Washington, and yet they are down, coming home in desperation mode. They are a very talented team, Jim, number 4 in the Eastern seeding as well as number 5 in the NBA in scoring. But can you trust Washington, the youth, and the defense? That's kind of the question tonight.
Well, they're really strong at home. 33-11, great run at home. Wall is an exceptional guard. Beal is been chipping in and playing very well, but Wall is at another level right now. But the guy that's at the top of his game right now is Isaiah Thomas. 53 points the other night. He's gone through hell, losing his sister and then having a tooth knocked out and had to go to the dentist and have that fixed, and then a couple other teeth fixed. And this guy is amazing at 5'9" or 5'8" or whatever size he is. You wouldn't think that somebody could have that kind of an impact in the NBA with all the tall trees out there. But he is just absolutely incredible athlete and doing it. But this is a tough spot. You got a 2-0 team going on the road to a team that's down, and it is desperation. Now, you lose this one, the series is over. There's no question. They're not going to come back and win 4 in a row. They're not that much stronger in order to pull that off. So this is absolute desperate time. The books are showing 5.5. It was 5. I saw some 6s. Right now, it's all 5.5 everywhere, and you might get some two-way action in this a little bit because the number is high, and people might think that this could be, one of those games that actually is close. First two, of course, were the second one was close until the overtime, and then they got blown out by 10 in overtime. Tough loss. I had the Wizards in that game plus the points, so that was a really tough loss. Anytime you have a dog and you lose in overtime, that's a tough one. But in any case, Boston's playing great, number 1 seed. Washington, the number 4 seed. Not that seeds matter. It's really who's playing well now. And they're both playing well, but Boston's been at another level. The question is, can they maintain that on the road against a team with a stretch run of 33-11 at home? That's strong, and this could be a hell of a game to watch starting tonight at 5 o'clock on ESPN.
Yeah, and this Washington team, they're in desperation mode too, coming home needing to win to keep this series alive. It has been a high-scoring series, and Boston's a better defensive team than a lot of people might realize. You wouldn't notice it from these first two games, but they're top 15th in the NBA in points allowed, but they're top 10 in field goal shooting defense, and they're second in the NBA in three-point field goal shooting defense, right behind the Golden State Warriors. Boston, when they face a team with a home winning percentage of above 60%, they're 11-4-2 against the spread. They're also 12-3-2 under the total on the road. Washington, when they're working on one day of rest like they are tonight, they haven't been very good covering, 6-20-1 against the spread. However, a home team is a perfect 6-0 against the spread when these teams meet, so it really has been home cooking, as we saw in the first two games when it comes to covering numbers. Well, let's move on to the baseball circuit for Thursday night. Let's take a look at another Boston team. This will be the Red Sox at Fenway hosting the Baltimore Orioles. Boston a slight favorite here, and we have all kinds of pitching changes for tonight's game because of what happened last night. Boston a small favorite with a high total here of anywhere from 9.5 to 10. The Orioles have had a great start to the season in April, but they've struggled the last week, a 2-4 run. They are delighted to be ending the 7-game road trip that they're on because the last 6 games, they've allowed 39 runs, and the original starter, Jimenez, had to be used in middle relief last night, pitching 3 innings. So they have to bring up Tyler Wilson from AAA Norfolk. He's 27 years old with an ERA of almost 5.5 in limited action. Orioles, when they face a right-handed starter, are 10-4, and they're facing a Boston team that also has pitching problems this game. The Red Sox ending a 10-game homestand here, but Jim, they're just 4-4 these last 8 games.
Well, you got 2 teams here. They both have winning records. It's early in the season. We barely just got out of April. It's a long season in baseball. Boston's 15-12 on a 2-game winning streak, and Baltimore is 16-10 on a 2-game losing streak. Boston, surprisingly, is a much lower scoring team this year. They're 8-18 over and under. That's 8 overs and 18 unders, which is not what you expect when you have the Boston Red Sox. They are 11-6 at home, and Baltimore is 8-7 away. This is a tough one to handicap because these pitcher changes, you really don't know what you're getting when you go with these guys. Kendrick against Wilson at this point. You mentioned a little bit about Wilson. Kendrick doesn't have anything else to really. Kyle Kendrick, that is. There's really nothing to look at there. So it's really a roll of the dice for these guys right now, and I'm passing the game.
Yeah, very difficult game to handicap because Boston bringing up Kyle Kendrick. I mean, this guy's a 10-year veteran. However, he hasn't been a very successful pitcher in his career, really. He was with Colorado last year and had an ERA over 6, so they let him go, and Boston picked him up. He hasn't done very well at AAA Pawtucket this season with the Red Sox, a 1-3 record, 6.0 ERA. Boston did come off a win yesterday, but their offense has not been clicking, and other than in yesterday's game, they only had 6 hits and they had 2 more errors. So Boston has some problems, too, to be dealing with, as well as the Orioles. And head-to-head, keep in mind, 22-4-2 under the total when these teams play. It's not the offensive show you always expect, and the total here is very high tonight. All right, if you want to get free plays every day, it's a toll-free call. Just pick up the phone. Call us in Las Vegas at 888-294-1970.
Plus, if you want free plays on a daily basis, you can sign up at just text GAME, G-A-M-E, to 25827.
All right, thanks for joining us, everyone, here at Proline Daily. Good luck with the games, everyone, and we'll see you back on Friday.